2 years ago, this wouldn't be an issue. Before Ray Rice in the league, this wouldn't have been an issue, because the commissioner shows where he really wants to come down when he did Ray Rice. Institutions in these matters, really pertaining to domestic violence, abuse, institutions have always been in the process of correcting. They usually start late. They're behind the curve in recognizing it. And then they really react. And then they turn around and overreact. And then they have to come back to the middle.
That, of course, was Jerry Jones discussing the latest on Ezekiel Elliott's suspension. Right now, that 6-game suspension is in play. Now, for how the Cowboys plan on handling this suspension on the field, let's bring in Ballou, who covers the Cowboys in Big D.
Well, the Ezekiel Elliott suspension has taken so many twists and turns along the way that this has just become more and more difficult as we go. Obviously, the news that the 6-game suspension is back in place, they will appeal it, but this kind of felt like the final nail in the coffin, and there really won't be a lot of merit to his appeal. However, Amy Dash, the legal analyst from CBS Sports, is reporting that the judge in this case, her husband works for ProScour, and ProScour negotiated the CBA deal for the NFL. And she said in her Senate questionnaire, any case that involved ProScour, she would recuse herself. So technically, she should have recused herself from this situation, and maybe it would have been a different outcome. Whether that plays into this or not, I don't know, but it's certainly another interesting twist in what has been just a phenomenally amazing case from the get-go as the NFL tries to suspend Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games. And it looks like that 6-game suspension will start this week. He won't return until December 17th against Oakland. But what a bizarre scenario that now this creates one day after kind of everybody thought the 6-game suspension was officially over and done with. And now we'll see where it goes from here. But we just don't know yet. It's certainly an interesting twist, though.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Now, look, it still could happen tonight. The Cowboys have up, I believe, until midnight tonight to try to get that emergency junction. But it looks like that 6-game suspension is going to start.
Yeah,
right?
I believe so.
Did they do a disservice by not just doing this from week 1, getting it over with, and now you're talking about not coming back until middle of December, towards the very end of the year?
Well, like I said before, the player that's involved, he has a right to really fight for this if he believes he's innocent. And clearly he believes he's innocent. The Cowboys, Garrett, Jerry Jones, they all believe that Ezekiel Elliott is innocent, so they're willing to fight till the end, and it might have drawn this process out a lot longer than expected, because if he served the 6th game, he would already be a part of this team for the remainder of the season. So you can't say, this was a selfish act from Ezekiel Elliott, because who are we to really determine if he's innocent or not? Only he knows that.
That's true.
And he should have the opportunity of fighting till the end.